Okay, let me make one last video on how you get out of dissociation, how you get out of any tensions completely. So, first, you're in dissociation because you're feeling a tension, right? Your thoughts are shallow because they are absorbed in the tension. Within the tension, you're trying to manipulate it out, you're trying to get it out within the tension itself. Meanwhile, your thoughts are all shallow. That's not how you do it. The way you do it is by getting your visualization thoughts back, and then you can do the techniques or whatever if you want, but really once you get your visualizations out, then you within while the visualizations, imaginations of whatever it is are happening, that then you can just easily take the tension away from you, and it will just, as you just keep thinking with visualized kind of thoughts, um, you can get them all placed. And also think about getting first person getting in your first person and whatnot too. And I gotta call that person back. So you're also concentrating on getting into the first person as well. So let's say look at this guy right here. Oh, look at that. He's in first person, right? But so for example, I was playing some video games. I thought that might help, and definitely doesn't hurt, I guess. But in any case, so just in your you don't have to play video games or anything. In fact, that's not even the best way of doing it, I think. But for example, you can visualize any kind of situation. I think this is a great way where you're visualizing, just imagining. You're not playing the video game, you're just sitting there imagining, looking up at the ceiling, whatever, imagining this guy running around, going up into the mountains. You're just imagining something, and I'm saying this is what I'm imagining. I'm not even, this is all my imagination. This guy, imagining this guy running around. Hey, why not, and this guy, he doesn't have any tensions in his face or anything. He is totally in the first person perspective. The only thing he sees is his hands and the gun in his hand and everything in front of him. He's just seeing what's every in front of him. He sees that guy, bam, why not? Just shoot him. No, Anyways, you're just imagining, right? Stuff. So, imagining stuff. Do. Better hide behind this tree for a while. Okay, so, but anyways, once you start imagining whatever it is, I'm like stuck behind that tree. I want to go for a swim. Woo! So, anyways, once you're just imagining everything, you can easily just, you're imagining everything, and then you flash into yourself, and you just knock out the tension, get more in the first person perspective, and whatever right here now. Make sure, just keep imagining and knocking out, and then as you keep more imagining and everything, then your thoughts are going to just take over, and the feelings will attach to them, and you can just everything. My point is that you can't do the grounding technique successfully and relax it all out of you through like this kind of like non-thinking way. You can't get rid of the tension within the tension itself type of thing. It doesn't work. The number one step, no matter how you feel, is start trying to visualize, and then I like to try to get that visualization more into the first person, and also at that point it's so easy to break the tension and turn it back into your emotional gut feelings based on whatever you're thinking. And that's what will happen. That's the secret way out. Secret way out is to figure out which techniques come first, and that is first to start just visualizing thinking. And I think you also want to get more and more in the first person perspective piece. Everything that you're visualizing too is like, I'm relating to the character, say, or anybody else. It doesn't character anything and everything and all the animals. I'm relating to him as he is just seen out of his first perspective. He is not seen. I'm seeing him in the third person. Here, I'll turn it into the first person perspective right here. I think if he gets on the bike. Okay, let's turn him into the first person perspective. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. See, look at this. This is all he sees, right? Oops. Oh my god. Well, that didn't last very long. My point is that he sees only what is in front of him. Okay, that's good that it didn't last long, because I shouldn't focus. Understand? I just went third person to first person. That's what you want to be as first person as possible. You're just seeing, even your imaginations, and you're relating to everyone else. They're always in first person, and they also don't have any tensions. They just have thoughts about everything, you know? And so that's the key. Absolute. That is what gets you out. Man, is there anything else that I could say about that? Yeah. Just, and then you're gonna be keeping your thoughts positive and everything. You never want to start ruminating into any negative thoughts of the past and the future. You can just pick however you want to be, whatever personality you want to be, or however you want to feel. If you want to think and act and be funny all the time, then you can do it, but you have to have the visualization thoughts roaming in your head for everything to just be able to be so easily done just by thinking about it. But that's the thing. That's the first step. Just start getting your visualizations going. Man, is there anything else I could say? Oh. Considering that is the total answer. Also too, maybe something's holding you back from really breaking free and staying free. And maybe it's your philosophy, you haven't picked a philosophy or something in which you're afraid that you're not going to be thinking positive or good, or you think the emotions are going to get away from you, which they're not. But you will want to, I picked the moral philosophy of I'm good. I'm into the moral philosophy of the greatest happiness for the greatest number. It's we are born innately individualistic, unfortunately, but that is reality of the world. Individualistic, in which every individual just wants the most amount of pleasure for themselves. And in that individualism, we quickly find that we need others to support us, as well as keep things safe. And as long as it's not something that harms other people, it's okay, it's good. I'm not going to harm other people, and they're not going to harm me. I feel safe and free to think and have freedom of free speech, free expression, and everything. That's important for my pleasure, my happiness. And I'm not harming anybody, not doing anything like that. So you have that philosophy in you, so you can be you being free and out of tension too is going to be great for this world. You're going to be a positive influence. Like maybe you believe the meaning of life is to make this world a better place than what it was without you in it. So you have that belief, that philosophy, you're solid in that, and you're like, you got nothing to worry about here. You can start imaging, getting your imagination back and getting the tension out of you and be totally free, and your personality is all good and intact. If you want more ideas on philosophies and the way to act, to not worry about what other people think, because remember, people are very individualistic. They're not like, if they saw you one day as like a zombie man, and then the next day, what are you talking about? I have a great personality and I'm really super smart. What you didn't think that? You know, it's like, because like you don't even have to worry about that, because they don't even care. They just immediately, it's like, oh yeah, I guess that's you. I don't know. Whoops. Like they don't care. They care about themselves. All right. They are quick to forget everything and just be you, as just like you should be quick to forget everything and just be you again now. You know, I got all kinds of philosophical ideas on how to live and how to think if you want any advice. But yeah, so that is the key. Get yourself thinking, and then make sure you're getting yourself into the first person while dropping the tensions. And then as you keep thinking and dropping the tensions, it's kind of like your the thinking will kind of like almost get closer into you, and then the feelings, the kind of like gut emotional feelings will start to grow, and then you'll just kind of fall into more and more thoughts. And then as you're living, everything that you're seeing, it's all being doubled up with plenty of thought images and everything. Thought images of what I'm seeing doubled up with thought images of whatever I'm thinking about and what I want to do, past, future, everything. You know, the staying in the present moment is good for, especially if you're trying to concentrate on something in particular in the present moment. But it's obviously, you don't always have to stay in the present. That's not like, if that was the case, we would only be able to stay in the present. Obviously, we have to think of far out future goals and stuff like that, and remember, if you remember how to get there, you got to remember the direct, like if let's say there wasn't a GPS, whatever, yeah. So, so yeah, and then like being able to control that, where if I'm, playing the sport, yeah, I want to stay in the present there because I want to be fully concentrated on what I'm doing and everything in order to play my best or something. But like you don't have to really worry about that as far as always staying in the present or something moment. But yeah, get in that first person, keep the thinking going, and have that, and then I kind of do a little tension just to like think about, and then I'm switching out of it. But this is the method. This is the way to get out of it. If I want to get out of it, I can just do that, and I can start dropping the tension and then just keep it going and keep it going. Keep those thoughts going in a way where you're also keeping them positive in order to feel good all the time. So that's the secret, man.